Hi, everybody. This is President Rick Bailey from Northern New Mexico College. I am coming to you from the President's House on the beautiful, historic 111-year-old El Rito campus. Today is Friday. It's Friday afternoon, April 24th, and I'm here to give you just a quick update on our college community. First of all, let me talk about the food pantry. As a lot of you know, we were putting the finishing touches on a food pantry and clothing closet. And we were right about to talk about a grand opening for that when we ended up having to go into this stay-at-home regime. And so unfortunately, we didn't have that kickoff. But we did place an order, and we do have now food in that food pantry. I do want to say a special thanks to Gwen Orona, to Richard Cedillo. There were a group of people who were instrumental in getting that thing off the ground. What I want to let students know is that sometime next week, you're going to get an email with a link to an order form. So basically, we've done an inventory of what we have in there. We are going to ask you to, if you're in need, go to that order form, the link to that order form, and just pick out exactly what you want. And we will actually assemble bags personalized for you and then set up a time where we can actually distribute them. I do want to let you know that when there is some drop-off pickup service, we will make sure that we're still observing our social distancing guidelines to make sure that we are keeping you and everybody that you love safe. So pay attention to email for that. I also want to give you an update on our Sostenga project. So thanks to Joaquin Gallegos, Dr. Patricia Trujillo, and the beautiful people of the Green Roots Institute, we are working on a sustainable agriculture partnership. And in the short term, this means that we are going to be growing produce that we are going to distribute to our students in need and ultimately to community members as well. So pay close attention to updates on that. I want to talk about the importance of education right now. So as we talk about jump-starting our economic recovery, and we can do that on 4 different levels. Individually, right, we want to make sure that we are in a position to kind of navigate this economic crisis and to recover from that. But there's also the well-being of our family. There's ultimately the well-being of our community and ultimately the well-being of our state of New Mexico. And no matter what level you look at in terms of trying to help our economic recovery, the engine for that economic recovery is education. There's no question in my mind. Education is the key to help us move forward. And so now is the time. I love the words of Representative Susan Herrera. She says, take a class. I don't know that she says it exactly like that. Take a class. Now's the time. If you have the means, I'm going to guess that you may have more time than you have in the past. Now's the time to think about taking a class. It also might be the time, if you've never been sure about whether or not college is for you, now is the time at least to ask the question, because college can actually open the door to countless opportunities that really will put you, your family, our community, and the state of New Mexico in a better place. So as you think about that recovery, let education help you by being that engine. Speaking of that, registration for our summer and fall terms is now open. So if you have any questions about the process or you want to talk to anyone, please just send an email to admissions@nnmc.edu to get the process started. I want to let you know and remind you that even though we are in isolation right now, we are not alone. So there is an army of people, from behavioral health to student services to mentors and tutors. There is an army of people out right now who are on standby and are ready to help you because they are ready to be of service to you. So don't be afraid to reach out for help if you need it in any of those areas. If you have any questions about this, please go to our website, nnmc.edu. Click on the banner that describes our pandemic response, and it will open up this world, this army of people in service to you, and they are ready to help. Ultimately, we're navigating 2 crises at once, right? There's obviously the health crisis, and I want to say a word about that, and then this economic crisis. Regarding the health crisis, I want to be very, very clear. As much as difficult as this has been for all of us, the sacrifices that we have made these past several weeks have saved lives. There's no better way to say it. This sacrifice has saved lives. And probably this process has saved the lives of people you know and love. So now is not the time to let up. We need to be patient. I know it's difficult, but we need to be patient and look to our governor and look to our health experts to guide us in a thoughtful way out of this crisis. But now's not the time to let up. So we will continue to provide updates, but just please hang in there because it is making a difference. Regarding the economic crisis, and it's a big one. This is a serious economic crisis, no question, for our state, for our community. But I also want to say thank you to you, because if I look at where we were 3.5 years ago economically and where we are today as a college, we are in the best possible shape we could be in terms of navigating this economic crisis. And that is because of the work and the sacrifices that all of us have put into in terms of getting this fiscal house in order. I do want to say a special thank you to Ricky Bejarano, our vice president, to our entire business office, but I know they will be the first ones to say that it really is thanks to everybody because of how careful we have been with our finances, because now we are in the best position possible to weather this. Don't get me wrong, I would much rather not be dealing with the economic crisis, but we are in a far better place because of the sacrifices we have made. So now we are in a position, even in the midst of this economic crisis, to fight for every one of our students and to fight for every one of our employees because of the work that we have done over these last 3.5 years. So thank you for that. The story of this college and the story of our community here in northern New Mexico, these are stories of resilience, and they are stories of triumph, not just even in, but I would say especially in the face of adversity. It speaks to who we are as a community, and it speaks to who we are as a college. I said it 3.5 years ago, and it is true today the way it was back then. I am convinced that the best days of this college are not behind us, they're ahead of us. The best days of our community are not behind us, they're ahead of us because of the beautiful people that we have here. So please stay the course, hang in there. We will all get through this together. On behalf of all of us at the college, we say muchísimas gracias, kunda woha. Thank you for everything you do. God bless you and everyone you love.